Okay, here we're going to look at something called icon sets. That's part of the conditional formatting tool. So instead of putting color and things like that into the cell that fits the particular condition, based on its value, this is going to be putting in actually icons next to each of the numbers, which is pretty interesting. So we'll start out with this first one here. And what I like to do on this is set this up so where the low end, like the lower third of our numbers, would be given a certain indicator, like maybe a yellow indicator, or I'm sorry, a red indicator. The middle third values would be given, let's say, maybe the yellow indicator, and the upper end, the upper third, would be maybe the green indicator. I mean, there's a lot of different indicators you can go with, but that's what we're going to look at. So you select that area. We go back into conditional formatting and go down to icon sets. And one of the choices in here is the like a stoplight. And we've got either this here or this here. It's really up to you how you want it to look. This is, I don't know, to me, I look at that, it might be just a little bit harder to read, whereas maybe something like this would be a little bit better. And by the way, too, when I was talking about the upper third, middle third, and bottom third, that's when you're using the three shapes, but we've also got four shapes, and that would be like the bottom quarter, the next quarter up, the third quarter, and then the fourth quarter of value. So you can do something like that as well. I think it gets to a point where you do too many of these things, you're not going to really know what you're really looking at. So we'll try this one right here. So we'll click onto the shapes here, which is the kind of like a stoplight looking set of colors there. Click onto that, and there we go. Looks pretty good. All right. So that's one way you can do it. All right. Let's look at another set here. Same data down here. I'm going to go back and reselect this. Go back to conditional formatting, go to my icon sets, and on this one, we might look at maybe the stoplights. All right, the ones or the traffic lights that they say here. So I can click onto that, but what I want to do is I want to reverse it to where the red is actually on the upper end and the green is at the lower end. Right now, to do that, we would, while you're in this area, go back to conditional formatting, manage your rules, double click it, right? And on here we could click on to reverse icon order. So I click onto that, that flips us around. So now we hit OK a few times, and there we go. So now you can actually see that the reds are definitely on the upper end, and the yellows are now, I'm sorry, the greens are now at the lower end, as you can see there. So pretty interesting. All right, now the next one down here, what I'd like to do here is just put a single graphic. In other words, not have three of them like we had before, but I only want to put the graphic on the cells that are over 40,000 in value. All right. So what we're going to do here is we'll select the range again, just like that. Conditional formatting, icon sets, and I'm going to pick this one right here. Now, what this one will do, I'll just click onto it. It's pretty much like the stoplight, right? The green is at the top third, the yellow is the middle third, and the red is the lower third. Now, I want to completely change that and make it so where we're not talking about percentages here, but rather, if it's over 40, give me the green arrow, period, and that's it. So while you're in this area, as long as it's, one cell in here is selected, go back to conditional formatting, manage rules, all right? Double click it. And then down here, where the three different objects are, I'm going to click on this middle one here and say no icon. for the other one here as well, no icon. And then here, I'm going to change it from percentage to number, all right? And then change that to 40,000. So what that means is that as long as it's greater than or equal to 40,000 in this range here, then it's going to get that green arrow. So we click on OK. And there we go. Not bad. So that might be, maybe a better way of doing it, because you don't really need to have icons on everything. That gets a little too crowded. This might be a good alternative, but still nice stuff there. Okay, now for this last one, what I want to do is have that upper third, middle third, bottom third in there, and being evaluated and being marked with an icon. But I want to do a mix of different icons. Instead of just having just all arrows or X's or whatever, I want to have it kind of mixed up, right? So that maybe the upper uses one icon, the middle uses another kind of icon, and the bottom uses another one. So what we'll do here is we'll select that range once again, go to pivot table, go to our icon sets, and we'll just pick one. I'll just pick this one here, okay? Then we'll go back into conditional formatting, go to our manage rules, double click it, see? So now what I'll do for our little range here is the upper one, I'll leave it as a upper arrow there. I'll do the drop down here, and maybe I'll pick maybe the star here for the middle. And that's kind of interesting too. I'll pick the middle fill, or the half filled, or partially filled, I should say, star there, whatever. Click onto that, all right? And then for the bottom one, I'll put that as maybe a red X, see? So we'll kind of still maintain the coloring, just different icons. Hit OK on that a few times there, and there we go. Again, it goes back to getting a little distracting, but it might work. It depends on how many numbers you've got there, and it depends on how you think your audience will react to it. So hopefully this helps you. This is a good, I think it's a good little exercise here. Very simple procedure to do some pretty powerful stuff here. So thanks a lot. Thanks for watching the video. Take care.